This discovery will revolutionize space travel.
It will also produce an energy revolution.
The consequences of your discovery falling into the wrong hands will be catastrophic. We'd better bring in our head of security to implement a new security strategy immediately.
What do you want?
I need you to do some undercover work for me at your lab. I have reason to believe that there is an important discovery just completed at that lab, and I would like to have it. I'm here to get the rest of the formula.
We're not gonna give you anything, Kane.
I thought you might say that. Daniel tells me that you have 2 grandsons named Owen and Dylan, that he says are fine young boys. Who are you and where am I? I was rescuing some orphans from Earth when I got sucked into this wormhole.
Do you wish to go back?
Yes, very much. They need my help. Can you get me back until I have unfinished business with, the orphans?
Gypsy's been tested in the lab to the point where it can't be tested any further there. All the tests have been positive, to the satisfaction of both Galaxy's top people and the Guardian engineers. Now it's time for a test in the field, which is why we've installed it on the new Avenger.
When is this test going to take place?
The Avenger is set to deploy tomorrow.
Who's all going to be on board?
Besides the Avenger crew, Bruce, Paula, and Daniel will be on board to monitor the equipment and run the actual testing procedure.
How long do you expect the test to last?
The test will last less than 12 hours if all goes well.
Is there room for anyone else to tag along?
This isn't exactly a danger-free voyage. We're going to be testing Gypsy at speeds never before attempted by any space vehicle on Earth, so the potential for something to go wrong is there.
We've all faced grave danger when we battled Kane by Jupiter, so we're fine with a little risk.
Renee and I have discussed it. We would both really like to go along if Andrew would allow it and Sarah L. can spare us for the day. But with our new baby Cora, only one of us should go, just in case.
What do you think, Guardians? Are you okay with Sam and Renee coming along?
It would be so cool if they came along. Yes, that would actually be very cool. It'll be the old Kane battle group together again.
Sam and Renee more than proved their abilities in fighting Kane, so I'm all for it if Sarah L. can spare one of them for a day.
I can sure spare one of them for a day. The other can hang back with me. That way maybe Cody could go, but ultimately, it's up to James, Jesse, and Andrew.
Jesse and I are both going, so what the heck? What's 2 more? But Andrew, it's your ship, so the final decision is yours.
I'm fine with having another battle-tested crew member along. And it's time for Cody to log some space time. Also, Bruce and Paula have been working on an advanced design android, and they have requested flight time for their prototype, which I have approved. So it's settled. Everyone needs to assemble at the Guardian base at 0600 tomorrow morning for a pre-launch systems check. Let's make some history.
Sam, I think you should go, and I'll hang back this time with our cute little daughter, Cora.
Okay, Renee, good call. We can switch up next time.
The wormhole appears to be making one last pass over this planet in 2 hours, so any chance you have of going back to save your orphans on your home planet is now or never.
I'm ready, and thank you for your help. What do I have to do?
We've tracked the path of the wormhole. It's swinging around and passing over the top of Mount Dozer nearby. So you need to get into a spacecraft and get into position. Your starfighter was too badly damaged to be of any use, so you'll have to use one of ours.
Are you sure that the wormhole will take me back to Earth?
We have no idea where Earth is. All we know is that a wormhole swinging by a second time in reverse position like this one should reverse your previous trip. Again, no guarantees.
Thank you. Let's get going. You want to come along?
I would like to go on an adventure like that, but the leader of my quadrant doesn't allow for individuals to seek a different path.
Does this craft of yours have room for two?
Yes, it does.
What do you need to live?
I'm a machine, so all I need is my power pack.
Don't you want to hitch a ride?
I better not.
Suit yourself. But you will need to jump into the craft just to guide me to the correct spot on Mount Dozer. Are you sure you don't want to come? Better hurry and decide, because it looks like the wormhole is coming fast. You better strap in, because it's too late now.
Sam, it's not too late to reconsider.
No way.
Yeah! It'll be the old Kane battle group together again. Daniel, is Elvis coming too?
Oh, Elvis followed me around yesterday begging, and your dad said it was okay, so Elvis is going to come along to be our good luck mascot.
Double yeah! Great!
James and Jesse, take a position with Owen and Dylan at the front of the bridge monitor. Sarah, man your position at the nav console. Cody, man the ship's science scanners. Sam, man the Avengers performance monitor and the radar console. Daniel, monitor the performance of the Gypsy Avenger interface. And Bruce and Paula, you'll be down below in the ship's engine room to attend to Gypsy's hardware. You can take Emma with you. Everyone needs to be on their toes because this is no pleasure cruise. If Gypsy works as designed, traveling the galaxy will be within reach and literally the stars will be the limit.
I want to thank everyone for being a part of this historic test.
Good luck to us all.
Elvis, if it's okay with Daniel, you can sail on the bridge with me and Dylan.
That means you boys will have poop duty.
Poop duty?
Yes. Elvis is trained to go on dog pee pads. But someone has to pick it up and dispose of it. And that will be your jobs.
Ew, okay. Hey, that might be a good job for Emma. Yeah, oh, that's a great idea.
I am an advanced android design, proficient in navigation, quantum physics, advanced mathematical computation of every type, as well as superior combat skills. However, I've not been programmed for this poop duty.
Boys, Emma stands for Exceptional Mental Mechanical Android. I think for this trip, we'll just test Emma on the skills she's been programmed to handle, and let you boys handle the poop.
Come on! Oh, man. Okay. Okay.
Sarah, contact Sarah L. at Galaxy, please.
Avenger to Galaxy.
Yes, Captain.
We're about to run a systems check and then prepare to launch. Is everything secure there?
Affirmative. Security is locked down tighter than a drum.
10-4, I'll contact you as soon as the Avengers systems check is completed.
10-4, Galaxy out.
Sarah, hail the Guardian launch control room.
Avenger to launch control.
Good morning, Captain.
Thanks for directing launch control. It really helps to have another Starship captain in charge of the control room in case there's trouble.
I'm happy to do so, especially since I'll be getting the Gypsy system on Excalibur if all goes well.
Begin the systems check and let me know when it's completed and we're cleared for launch.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Everyone needs to look sharp at your post. Launch control is commencing the pre-launch systems check, and as soon as that's done, we will launch under half impulse power. Once we have Earth orbit, we'll move under full impulse power past the moon, and then fire up Gypsy.
Avenger, all systems are a go, and you are cleared for launch.
10-4, Sarah. Fire up the impulse engines and move them to launch status.
Aye aye, moving the ship from dock position to launch position in the launch bay.
Catherine, open the launch bay door and prepare for launch. Sarah, commence launch. Sarah, go to full impulse power and maneuver us to our positions past the moon.
Aye aye. Andrew, we've reached our moon position.
Very well, all stop. Contact Galaxy. Sarah, we've reached our moon position and we're about to commence Gypsy's power up and initiate the test.
All is well on my end, and the monitoring systems are up and recording.
Very well, Avenger out. Bruce, Paula, and Daniel, power up Gypsy.
Daniel, are you in position?
I looks to be a go.
Bruce, Daniel's reporting a go condition.
Gypsy is at full power.
The same on my panel. Andrew, we're at 100% power, and all is reading normal. Time to burn rubber.
Why would you want to burn rubber? Would not the smoke from that action be toxic and dangerous on this ship? Not to mention an action that is of no value that I can compute.
No, Emma, it's just an expression. We don't actually ignite any rubber. It refers to the act of flooring the gas in a car, producing a burnout from the tires.
But the ship has no tires.
No, it doesn't. This expression just refers to going fast in a hurry. Never mind. Paula, we may have made her a little too literal.
You engineered that part of her programming. Let's drop that we.
Emma, we'll come back to this later.
As you wish.
Very well, here comes the green flag. Sarah, is the test navigation course locked and loaded?
Affirmative.
Fasten your seatbelts. Let's go racing. Sarah, engage.
It looks like it's about to become a bumpy ride again. Is this where you came from?
I have no idea, but it just might be. We'll have to walk a bit to see if I can figure out just where we are. Follow me. Duck down and stay hidden while I investigate.
Andrew, the nav program is powering down, just like it's supposed to.
Cody, can you get a definite fix on where we are?
We appear to be in orbit around Neptune. Is this where we're supposed to be?
Yes.
How long were we traveling on Gypsy power?
A little less than 4 hours.
Neptune is 2.7 billion miles from Earth, so that means we were traveling at the speed of light.
Maybe even a little faster if that's possible.
We better run a full scan of the ship for any damage or problems. Bruce, is all well down there?
We're running a full check on Gypsy now, but all indications are that it performed beyond expectations. Paula, what's your panel showing?
Everything is still green. Daniel, what are you showing?
Gypsy is running so cool, you could use it to make iced tea.
Why would you use a propulsion system to make tea?
No, Emma, it's just another expression. It means everything is running well. I want you to open a folder in your programming to store expressions and their meanings. We'll sort it all out when we get back from the test.
As you wish.
Andrew, all is well. Perfect, in fact.
That's good news, because this would be a poor place to break down.
The ship appears to be in tip-top shape and came through the trip just fine.
Of course it is! Grandpa's a genius! Grandma Sue? Oh no. What's wrong? One of us needs to do a pee pad change. Elvis has made a deposit.
I tell you what, boys. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 7. Each of you take a guess what it is, and closest to the number avoids pee pad duty.
3. 7.
The number is 7.
Aw, hey Uncle Jesse. Elvis has turned the Avenger Bridge to the poop deck.
Good one. Sam, how long before the ship's full scan will be complete?
Another 5 minutes.
Very well. Daniel, what are your Gypsy Avenger interface scan results?
All normal here.
Andrew, the scan of Gypsy is complete and all systems are green.
Captain, my scan is complete and everything is normal. No problems whatsoever were detected.
Everyone needs to assemble in the ship's galley for lunch.
I can't make any sense of what I've seen.
Does it appear to be your planet Earth?
Well, it resembles Earth, but not like the Earth I left when I got carried away by the wormhole.
What's different?
Well, there's no sign of the advanced civilization I lived in before the wormhole.
Does it look like perhaps a different time?
What do you mean?
Traveling through a wormhole isn't an exact science, and not really much of how they affect the time-space continuum is understood.
Are you saying that we could be on Earth, but in a different time?
Yes. Our scientists believe that all time exists at the same time, and that it's possible to move from one point to another. But no one knows how to accomplish that move, just that it was possible.
For the time being, we're going to work under the assumption that we indeed are in a different time period on Earth until something else proves otherwise. I'm going to have to walk into the village and see what I can discover, but you better stay hidden for now. I'm sure if we have traveled back in time, as far back as it appears, these people have surely never seen anything like you. Seeing you could cause unpredictable results. So you better just lay low for the time being while I assess their situation.
I agree. I can go back to where the spacecraft came to rest to see what its condition is and try to hide it.
That's an excellent idea. Judging from the position of the sun, it must be about noon. So I'll investigate the area and meet you back at the spacecraft at nightfall. Besides, I need to find something to eat and drink.
Okay.
Here goes nothing. Say, where are all the people?
Very few people show their faces when the Red Marauder is in dock. You're not from around here.
No, I just arrived from a distant land.
Where are you from?
Well, I'm from all over. No one place, really.
How did you get here?
I arrived by ship, but my ship was wrecked. Yeah, it was wrecked. Where am I, and what day is it?
You're on Crooked Island, and the day is Wednesday, June 10th.
What year is it?
1767, of course. Say, you're not a pirate, are you?
No, just an adventurer.
Where's your ship's crew?
Well, they went down with my ship.
I'm sorry to hear that. Have you had anything to eat?
No, I'm quite hungry and thirsty, but I lost everything when my ship was wrecked, so I have no money.
Here, take some food and drink, but there's not much in the way of work around town. About the only work is on a pirate ship, Red Marauder, if a man's up for the type of work. But the captain of the ship is a wicked pirate by the name of Captain Red, and working on his ship is dangerous work. Many of the men who have signed on to his ship are just never seen again.
I may just have to take my chances, 'cause a man has to eat. Where can I find this Captain Red?
Most likely in the inn at the end of the street this time of day. He takes his noon meal there when he's in port.
Thanks for the food and drink. I'm going to head over to the inn to meet this Captain Red.
Well, I wish you better luck than most have had.
At 1300, we'll reverse our test course and head for home. I'm anticipating the same journey duration back, so we should be home by supper time.
Upon our return, we'll need to download all of the test data from Gypsy and from the Avenger. Let me tell you that we made history today. We traveled the 2.7 billion miles to Neptune in 4 hours. To compare, your recent trip to Jupiter using hyperdrive took the same relative amount of time, but this trip today went almost 7.5 times further.
Very soon all your names will be in the history books.
Okay, let's head back to our post and let's begin the process of getting back home. Remain sharp, or we'll be all in the history books for the wrong reasons.
Are you Captain Red?
Who'll be asking?
My name is Kane, and I'm looking for work.
I don't remember seeing you around here before.
That's because I'm not from around here. Are you Captain Red?
I usually assume strangers are members of the English Navy, and any member of the English Navy that's foolish enough to cross my path usually ends up in a little special cage I have set up in a cave near the village. You wouldn't be with King George's Navy now, would you?
Do I look like I'm with the King's Navy?
I suppose not. What do you want from me?
I was on a voyage when my ship went down, and now me and my first mate are looking to catch on somewhere else. I heard from someone in town that Captain Red sometimes takes on new crew, so I'm checking that out.
I am indeed the captain of the Red Marauder, and I might have a need for a couple of new crew. On my last voyage out, several crew members suffered the misfortune of trying to steal from my latest booty. That resulted in their falling off of the ship's gangplank, and they're now visiting Davy Jones's locker. It's very unhealthy to steal from me. Do you have a problem with that?
That suits me just fine.
Well, then report to the Marauder in the morning, and we'll see about catching on with the crew.
I'll be there at first light.
You and your buddy should get a good night's sleep. You'll both be having a hard day tomorrow.
It's time to start the pre-launch systems check. Sam, are your interface monitors up and running?
Aye, aye, Captain.
Daniel, are you in position?
Yes, all looks to be a go.
Time to head home for supper.
Are you in need of nourishment? You just finished a meal. Shall I resupply you with more food?
Oh, Emma, no, I'm okay. Just another expression. We have a lot of work to do when we get back.
As you wish.
Gypsies at full power.
Andrew, we're at 100% power and all is reading normal. Gypsy is ready for launch.
Very well, here we go. Sarah, is the navigation course locked and loaded?
Affirmative.
Fasten your seatbelts, everybody. We're going home. Sarah, engage.
Owen, it's hard to believe we're going 186,000 miles per second.
Yeah, it feels like we're standing still.
When we get home, the real work begins for us.
Us too.
What do you mean?
Homework.
Ah.
I've completed hiding the ship and checking it out.
Can you repair it?
I might be able to get it flying again, but it would take a lot of work and maybe some spare parts. Why do you ask that?
I've discovered where we are, and more importantly, when we are.
What do you mean?
The wormhole sent us back to Earth, apparently somewhere in the Caribbean islands. We seem to be on an island called Crooked Island, but over 300 years back in time, to 1767 to be exact.
What does that mean for us?
You and your spacecraft are the only modern machines anywhere, so no spare parts beyond what you have on board. On top of that, we landed on an island controlled by a pirate named Captain Red.
What sort of man is this Captain Red?
I found him and I talked to him, and he seems like a pretty bad scoundrel. My kind of guy, really. I want to take control of the town, but to do that, we're going to have to take control of Red's ship and crew. The sooner the better.
How do you plan to do that?
I don't have a plan yet, but I'm working on it.
I'm able to track the Avengers course, and so far, everything seems to be going smoothly.
How fast are they traveling?
That's classified information at this point, but faster than anyone has ever traveled before.
Wow, how are you able to track them at such speed?
Daniel designed a tracking sensor that picks up on a special signal sent out by equipment aboard the Avenger. The next part of Daniel's design process is to come up with a way to communicate quickly without the lag experienced now over long distances. For example, by the time I read where this tracker says they are, they're really long gone from that position. In essence, I'm constantly reading their past. That's strange. It looks like they're going to be coming up on some sort of disturbance in space. I can't really make out what it is. Get on the hyperspace tracking console and see if you can figure out what they're coming up on. Can you detect the disturbance ahead of Avengers' plotted course?
I see it, but I have no idea what it is. If I didn't know any better, I'd say it looks like the fabric of space has a hole ripped in it. Whatever it is, it appears to be moving.
Let me know the minute you know more about it. In the meantime, begin sending the data we're collecting on this to the Avenger.
The time lag in communications is still pretty long.
I know, but maybe somehow it will aid them anyway. Send it on a hyperspace comm system as well, just to be safe.
10-4.
Andrew, we've just passed the 3/4 mark on our return course.
Steady as she goes, everyone. We're almost home. What was that shudder?
As far as I can tell, Gypsy is still operating well, so it's not that.
Andrew, we felt that as well, but everything down here is working fine.
I don't feel anything now.
Maybe it was just an anomaly and nothing to worry about.
I hope that's the case, but everyone needs to look sharp. Cody, run a sign scan of the Avenger looking for any stress on the hull, and outside the ship too for anything unusual.
No one has ever done a scan of space at the speed of light, so it will all be unusual. I'm not even sure my scan can match our speed.
Give it a shot and read the results the best you can.
Aye, aye.
Sam, check the radar for anything out of place.
Everything is going by so fast. I have no frame of reference. But I'll do something.
Very well.
Captain, Gypsy and the Avenger are still performing perfectly.
Did you feel that?
Andrew, maybe it's time to disengage Gypsy while we check everything out, just to be safe.
That seems like a prudent move to me as well.
Daniel, disengage Gypsy. Sarah, abort the nav.
Our speed's increasing to pass the speed of light.
I've lost control of the helm.
Gypsy's not responding to the shutdown command.
Dad, shut down Gypsy.
Gypsy is refusing to shut down. It's like it's stuck.
Everyone, hold on. Everyone, begin to scan for damage control. Engine room, is everyone okay?
I think so. We're starting a damage assessment right now. Any idea what happened?
I was just about to ask you the same thing.
Oh, at this point, I don't have a clue. Not even a guess.
Keep me posted. Sam, what's our power situation?
Captain, sensors indicate that we've lost all power to the engines, including impulse power. At this point, we're unable to even get off the ground.
Captain, the engine core seems intact, but we'll need to do a visual inspection to completely assess the damage.
Captain, radar indicates that we apparently crashed into a large body of water, skipping on it multiple times, which slowed us down. Then hit a shoreline and plowed through some sort of forest. Now we're just sitting on a plateau halfway up the side of a small mountain.
Do we know where we are?
I'm trying to get the bridge screen to come up, but nothing so far.
Captain, I have something here I can't explain.
What is it?
My scanner log shows that we were half an hour from completing our plotted navigation. We passed through some sort of unknown force field when the anomaly began. Our speed increased dramatically, going far beyond the speed of light. Sensors indicate that we have crash landed on Earth. I've taken a reading of the atmosphere outside, and it appears to be the same as the Earth's.
Yes!
Well, that's a break.
Captain, there's one more thing, though, that could be trouble. The ship's chronometer shows that it's the year 1767. Wednesday, June 10th to be exact.
Sam, could there be something wrong with the chronometer? Or did we actually go back in time?
Can't answer that question from the ship's data. We'll actually have to go outside and have a look.
We need to come up with a plan of action. First, we have to assess the condition of the Avenger. Bruce and Paula, check out Gypsy. Daniel, check out the ship's propulsion situation. Sarah, assess the ship's navigation system. Jesse, work on getting the bridge screen working. James, Sam, Cody, Owen, and Dylan, form a landing party and head outside to see what we're dealing with out there. Take Elvis with you. His nose might prove to be valuable. Be sure to outfit yourselves with communicators and stunners. There's no telling what we'll find out there, so be prepared. Cody, take a science coder with you to check the atmosphere and anything else relevant. Let's get moving.
What was that?
I have no idea, but it didn't sound like anything natural.
I agree. Can you tell which direction it came from?
It seemed to come from above us.
Stay still for a second and listen for anything more. I can't hear anything out of the ordinary now, but be on your guard.
Okay, do you have a plan?
I'm going to have Captain Red hand over control of his ship to me.
How are you going to accomplish that?
I have a little device I always carry with me that is very effective in persuading people to do what I ask. In the morning, we're going down to the dock to board the Marauder. Once on board, my device will take care of the rest. We're going to have to come up with some sort of a cloak for you, though.
Why?
No one at this time on Earth looks like you, and the sight of a mechanical being would likely freak everyone out. We'll take care of that in the morning. For right now, I'm going to look for a nearby house that has some food and drink that I can, shall we say, borrow.
How are you going to reimburse the occupants for what you get?
I'm just going to take it. You wait here.
Why don't we just use the shuttlecraft?
You'll have to leave now through the emergency side hatch. The main hatch as well as the launch bay doors are resting on the dirt and likely buried. There's no way to get the shuttlecraft or any of the starfighters out of the hangar bay. The Avenger isn't designed to rest on the ground. Concentrate on the immediate area first and look for any obvious damage to the ship. Stick together and don't take any chances. I want someone to report to Jesse the minute you get outside and then every 10 minutes after that.
It's exactly like the atmosphere on Earth.
Jesse, do you read me?
Affirmative.
The air is an exact match to Earth's, and the vegetation appears to be the same as well.
James, do a visual inspection of the Avenger and report back.
Jesse, the ship is about a third buried in the ground, but everything above ground appears to be in good shape with no apparent sign of damage.
That's some good news anyway.
We're going to explore the area around the ship, and then move into the woods.
Be sure to be back to the ship well before the sun goes down.
Roger that.
James, the most logical course to me would be to move down to the bottom of the hill, as that's where any population might reside.
I agree, and we'll make sure not to let any locals see us if we encounter any. For now, we'll just hide and observe.
Roger that.
Owen and Dylan, you're in charge of Elvis. Don't let him run off or give us away.
Elvis, be very quiet and stay by me and Dylan at all times.
Is your coder detecting any signs of life?
The only readings so far are just the ones consistent with the birds and small animals.
Elvis, what does your nose smell? Nothing.
Jesse, we're hiking down through the woods.
10-4.
It does look like a village consistent with the 1700s. There's a few people milling about, but not many. There appears to be a sailing ship tied up at the dock. Uh-oh.
What? Uh-oh.
The ship at the dock is flying what appears to be a pirate flag.
Cool! Alright!
That can't be good.
Why?
Pirates were pretty much a ruthless bunch, usually meaning no good to anyone they crossed paths with. And we're stuck here, really out of our element. Most everything we have for defense is designed to operate in space. Here on land, we're lucky we were able to get out of the ship, much less mount any type of defensive plan.
Let's go talk to these pirates, see what's up.
No, for now we'd better get back to the Avenger and report what we've seen.
Aww!
Jesse, we spotted a village, water, and people, but also a sign of potential trouble, so we're making our way back. No one has spotted us, though.
Very well.
He probably needs to find a spot to do his business. You boys are smart, you'll let him do just that. You'll be saving one poo sheet cleanup, you know what I mean?
Good thinking. We'll wait for him and then catch up. By the time you get the hatch open, we'll be there.
Okay, but no wandering off.
You got it. Look! Hey, we see you! Just come out! Who are you?
My name is William Martin, Will for short, and this is my sister Molly. What are your names?
Well, my name's Owen Berg, and this is my brother Dylan, and our dog's name's Ellis. Hi!
We've been watching you. We were playing in the woods when we heard a very loud crash. We ran to see what it was and we found this huge thing sitting over there. Who are you?
What is that huge thing over there?
Boys, hurry it up!
Elvis is almost done! We'll be there! We need to hurry back, but we need to know if this is Earth.
Why, yes, silly. What else would it be?
What year is it?
1767. June 10th to be exact. These are strange questions to be asking. And why are you dressed like that?
It's a long story. Right now we have to get back. We're good guys, a long way from home. Do you play in the woods every day?
Yes, usually, as soon as our chores at home are done.
Be at the same spot tomorrow. We'll try to get out and tell you more. Please don't tell anybody about us yet. It was nice to meet you.
What took so long?
You have to ask Elvis.
There's no doubt in my mind that we are indeed on Earth, but I have no actual proof. and the village we saw is consistent with what would exist in the Middle Ages, so Sam's chronometer reading could very well be accurate. What that would mean, though, is that somehow we have traveled back in time. And added to our long list of problems is a new one. We saw a 3-mast sailing ship moored at a dock, and it appeared to be flying a pirate flag.
We need to concentrate on getting the Avenger flying again. Get off the ground as quickly as possible, and then figure out what landed us back in time in the first place. Hopefully we can analyze the flight data and figure out a way to reverse the time warp so we can get back to our own time. While you guys were outside, the rest of the crew checked out the ship, and we're all reasonably confident we can get it flying again. It will be easier to work on the time problem after the Avenger is off the ground. We should stay clear of any locals to avoid any problems.
That seems like a pretty good plan to me, so how do we get started?
It's already close to 7 o'clock and no one's eaten yet. Let's get something to eat, relax a bit, and hit it hard in the morning when we're all fresh. It's been some kind of day.
These people are really primitive.
How so?
All they had to eat and drink was bread and water. But it's better than nothing. I also got a robe for you to wear.
Did you have any trouble getting it?
There was no one around the house when I took it. You're lucky you don't have to eat.
If you say so.
After I finish my food, I'm going to get some sleep, so I'm fresh in the morning. It's gonna be a busy day.
Is it okay if me and Dylan take Elvis out to do his business?
Sam, has your radar picked up any sign of trouble?
No, it all seems pretty quiet. Should be okay for the boys to head outside for a bit.
Can we take a ball along and play a little catch?
I don't know if that's such a good idea.
It'll be good for the boys to enjoy a little break from being cooped up inside.
Okay, but stay near the ship.
Okay. Come on, Elvis. Will, Molly, are you here? Hi. Hi. We were afraid you might not come back.
We have to know what's going on.
You might have a hard time believing our story, but it's true. We're just kids like you and Molly, but from the future.
How is that possible?
We don't know. What?
Okay, we are on our way home from a trip, and something happens to put us back in time. We have no idea what. Our parents and crew are trying to figure that out now.
I think we broke through the time-space continuum.
What's that big thing in the meadow?
That's our ship.
It's the best ship in the galaxy. Your ship?
We saw a sailing ship tied up to a dock in your village yesterday. That big thing in the meadow is called an Avenger. And like the ship at your dock, the Avenger is what ships are like in the future.
Well, why isn't it in the water?
It flies in the air instead of floating on water. At least it did. It's broken now. And we'll try to fix it up. As soon as it's fixed, we'll fly away.
Oh, but what about the smaller one in the forest? Is that yours too?
What other one?
Oh, there was a smaller one that showed up just before your big one did. That isn't yours?
No, how far away is it?
Just to the woods. Here, we can take you there if you want.
Yeah. Let's go.
It's just past that next line of trees.
Elvis, be quiet. You'll give us away.
Do you know that man?
His name is Kane, and a while back he tried to capture us. He's a really bad man, and we thought he was gone forever. What's he doing here?
I wonder if he's as bad a man as Captain Red.
Who's this Captain Red?
He's a pirate. He's the captain of the Red Marauder. That's the ship that's tied up at the dock.
He's such a bad man that when he's docked, people just stay inside so as not to get in his way.
Yep.
We have to follow them to see what they're up to.
The other guy looks like a robot.
Here, put this on and keep the hood up. If we come across anyone, keep still and let me do the talking. We don't want to freak anyone out yet. I'm surprised that you had the guts to show up today. Why's that? I'm sure you'll be hearing stories about me and my ship by now. Well, they're all true and more. That suits me just fine. Nothing scares me, ever. Well, we'll see. For now, you and your mate can come on board and meet the crew. Gather round me, hearties, and meet the two new swabbies who want to join our crew. This one's name is Kane, and what's your mate's name? His name is Malvar. Malvar, drop your hood. What manner of being is this? It doesn't matter. Malvar, look the other way. Red, would you mind giving control of the Marauder to me? No. Listen up, swabbies. Kane's the captain now. Captain Kane. What are you and the boys up to? We are just finishing up taking on supplies so we can head out to sea. We know that a British man-o-war named King's Pride is headed for Jamaica, southwest of Crooked Island, loaded with gold for the British plantation there. We intend to get that gold. What do you intend to do with that gold? Add it to our plunder hidden away on Crooked Island. Well, that suits me just fine. Continue loading. How soon will you be done and ready to shove off? In the morning. Carry on. We'll be back. Malvar, come with me.
What happened back there?
I have a pulsar device that affects the brain of humans. It makes them incapable of refusing my commands. Well, why are you talking so funny? Hey, you did turn away, didn't you?
I wanted to see what you were doing, so I didn't.
Oh, great. I didn't know how my device would affect you, and I need my second in command to be fully aware. Now I have to keep an eye on you.
Now where are we going?
We're going to lock down our spacecraft so it can't be tampered with. We may need it sometime in the future.
We have to get back and warn our crew. Kane just did the same thing to that pirate ship's crew that he did to the others from our time. We really need to stay clear of him.
Looks like that same pulsar device.
The boys have been gone a long time.
They have, Sam. Would you do a radar scan to see where they are?
Wherever they are. It's not in the meadow close to the ship.
James, are you anywhere close to having the bridge screen up and running?
No, not yet.
Should we put together a search party?
No, I'll go. Everyone else needs to keep working so we can get out of here.
Be careful out there.
I will. Owen, Dylan. Owen. Dylan. Owen, Dylan. Sarah, come in.
Go ahead.
They're not in the meadow, and they're not answering my calls. I'm going to walk in the direction of the town that the landing party observed and see if I can find them. Sarah, come in.
Have you found the boys yet?
No, but there's another spacecraft in the woods, and it doesn't look like it's been here very long. I'm going to take a closer look.
You should wait for someone to back you up.
No, there's no one here, and the crew all needs to keep working. I'll check back in 10 minutes.
Can I help you?
Kane!
Well, Captain, I can't believe it's you. Malvar, grab him. You're not gonna get away from Malvar here. He's a robot. A very strong robot, as you can tell. But tell me, Captain, how on earth did you end up here? Really bad luck, I suppose. Something gone terribly wrong, I bet? Where's the rest of your little guardian force? You know, the ones that led me into that wormhole and left me to suffer whatever fate it had in store for me. But enough about that. History, right? What's that little thingy on your wrist there? A communicator?
Andrew, come in?
I'll just have to have that. We wouldn't want to worry the little woman now, would we? I'll just take this little weapon, too. We wouldn't want things to get, messy. Malvar, this is the person responsible for my trip through the wormhole. So care must be taken in deciding what to do with him.
Why don't you just use your ray device on him?
I don't want to do that because then he wouldn't be aware of what's going on around him. He needs to be fully aware because he's going to be punished for what he did, and I want him to suffer through every single second of it. For now, tie him up good and I'll deal with him later. First things first.
We just saw Kane, and he has a spaceship nearby.
Kane? Where's your dad?
You don't know.
Owen, isn't he with you?
No.
Andrew, come in. This is the Avenger. Andrew, come in. Andrew, please respond.
This isn't good.
Where is Dad?
When you weren't coming back, we went out to look for you. How did you not see him on your way back?
We circled back a longer way to bypass Kane's ship.
Andrew, this is the Avenger. Please respond.
We're going to have to go after him right now.
I'm sorry, Owen? Who are these two children?
This is Will and Molly Martin. They live on the island and heard our crash landing. They also knew about Kane's ship, and they took us to find it. We saw Kane and some robot guy by his ship, and when they left their area, we followed them. They went into town, met up with some private guy, got on his ship, and zapped the whole crew with a zapper thingy. We couldn't make out anything they said, but it sounded like they were going to leave port tomorrow to go off to something called a British man-o-war.
Looks like that same Polestar device.
We need to get going right now. There's no time to waste. Sam, I, and the boys will go, and the rest of you stay here and keep working. We might need to lift the Avenger out of this hillside, so work fast and hard.
I'm going to.
You might be a bigger help staying here and working on the ship.
Andrew's my husband, and he might be in trouble. I'm going, period.
I'm going as well, and don't waste time arguing. Everyone needs to grab a wrist communicator and a stunner and head out.
Jesse, bear down on the repairs. Get the ship airborne.
We'll do our best.
What about Elvis?
We better bring him along. His nose might prove to be useful. How far is your house from here?
Not far.
You need to get home as fast as you can and take the safest route as well.
We better go along so you don't get lost.
She's right. Now is no time for us to lose time by wandering around.
That's true. Lead the way. Sam, take the rear guard and watch our backs. We don't want Kane sneaking up behind us with his ray weapon.
Well, Mr. Goody Two Shoes, how do you feel about being a pirate? Not that it matters, because you're about to become one, or at least the prisoner of one. Are we fully loaded?
Yes, and we're ready to shove off at first light.
There's been a change of plan. Tie Captain Goody here to the main mast on the deck and make ready to shove off now.
The crew hasn't had much in the way of rest.
I really don't care. Get underway now. You know, this pirate life is starting to appeal to me.
Cast off, you scallywags.
Oh no, we're too late. There goes Kane and his pirate ship, and he has Andrew tied to the mast of the ship. They're already headed out to sea. Jesse, is there any progress on getting the Avenger airborne in any way?
We're still a long ways off.
We need the Avenger to rescue Andrew, so you need to hurry.
We'll go as fast as we can, but we'll try even harder.
10-4.
We're not going to be able to count on the Avenger, so we need to find another way to rescue Andrew.
What other way is there?
Molly, are there any other ships on the island?
No, Captain Red doesn't allow any ships but his own.
Well, what about the Mordaunt?
Does that ship even float?
What's the Mordaunt?
It's an old sailing ship. It hasn't been out to sea for as long as I can remember. Well, it's the only ship around.
Will, where is it, and who owns it?
It's tied up to an old dock around the cliffs in a cove. An old man named Robert Pierce owns it, and he lives by the dock.
We see him sometimes in town, but we've never spoken to him.
That may be our best option right now. Our only option, really.
Let's go! The Marauder's getting away!
This is it.
What do you want?
Are you Robert Pierce?
I am. Why are you dressed so funny?
We're not from here.
Are you the owner of that ship?
I am. Why do you ask?
We have a friend who's been abducted by Captain Red and taken away on the Marauder. The Marauder just left port and they're on their way to intercept a British ship, looking to loot it of its gold.
Sounds like Red, all right. But why tell me this?
Your ship may be the only way to go after Red and get our friend back.
No one's taken on Red in a long time because most who do are now with Davy Jones.
Is your ship seaworthy?
Of course it's seaworthy. It looks old and rough because I keep it that way. As long as Red thinks it won't sail, he leaves it alone. If he thought it could get underway at all, he'd train his cannons on it where it sits and reduce it to a pile of timber. But it sails, and it's fast. Faster than that bucket of bolts and slivers Red calls the Marauder. The only reason Red is still afloat is that he has extra big cannons on board and gets off more shots. By the time any ship gets in position to take him on, he's reduced them to a bonfire. He's a sitting duck for a smaller, faster ship like the Mordaunt.
Well, here's your chance to prove it and take Red down.
All right. First, how much are you offering?
We can't actually offer you anything right now. We don't have anything to offer.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. You want me to risk my ship and my life for nothing?
All we can offer is a chance to do the right thing and take down a bad man who's apparently terrorizing the village and the seas.
As attractive as that is, you can't eat it. Sorry.
Wait a minute. Isn't the British Navy offering a big reward for anyone who can take Red down?
That's right. 500 gold doubloons is what I've heard. That should be enough to feed you the rest of your life.
If there'd be a rest of my life. Besides, who would crew the ship? I can't do it alone.
We'll crew the ship. James is an excellent sailor. He even has his own sailboat. And I've gone out with him several times, so I know something about sailing. And everyone else can pick it up on the fly. What do you say?
Please. Yeah, it's our dad. He's been captured. We need to get him back.
All right. Let's do it then. You, lad, run back to town and tell Slimy Baker to get down here pronto. Me and Slimy sailed together many years ago, and we've talked about how great it would be to take Red down. Go fetch him. Tell him Captain Robert Pierce of the Mordaunt is inviting him along for the biggest adventure of his life. Time to take down the big fish. He'll know what that means. Then both of you go find Aquila and tell her the same thing. I'm betting she'll jump at the chance to take old Red down.
What will it take to get your ship ready?
Nothing. It's been ready every day for the last 15 years. It just looks beaten by design, like I said. While we're waiting for Slimy and Aquila, we'll haul some food and water on board and we'll be ready. And make no mistake, this is very dangerous. The odds are just as good that we'll meet Davy Jones as anything.
We don't care.
All right then. Red, what's the plan? The King's Navy will be expecting an attack south of the waterway between Cuba and Haiti. But we'll hit them north of the coast of San Salvador. We'll hide in an inlet I know and let them pass by, then we'll catch them from behind and they'll never know what hit them. Sounds like a good plan. I like it. How do you know when the British ship is coming? I have a man who works for me on Cuba. Whenever a ship is scheduled to set sail from England, he gets word to me. The British are regular as clockwork. How long before we'll be in position at San Salvador? Aye, with good winds and sailing all night, no more than 2 days. Winds die down at night sometimes, though, but still 2 days at most. Very well. Well, it won't be long now until we hear the sound of cannon fire. Too bad you're tied up because one badly placed cannonball and you're off to see Davy Jones. How does it feel to be going off alone and having no control?
Mark my words, I'll see you pay yet for your crimes.
Red, do you have a holding cell on board? Of course. What kind of pirate would I be if I didn't have a cell? Untie Andrew here and put him in it. And give him something to eat and drink. I want him alert when he meets his doom.
So, it's finally time, eh?
Yes, it's time.
I've dreamt about taking that old pirate down since I was a little girl. I can't wait to finally do it.
Well, let's get to work.
Everything is ready and all that's left is to shove off. The Marauder has about a 4-hour head start, but it should be easy to catch up if we can find the correct course.
We observed the Marauder tacking to the northwest from the dock, if that helps.
Say, who are these blokes?
They're our crew, Slimy. James, Sarah, Bruce, Sam, Owen and Dylan. Meet my old shipmate, Slimy. They all have a stake in this, as Red has kidnapped someone of theirs and they're willing to risk it all to get him back.
He took our dad, Mr. Slimy, and we're gonna get him back. Thank you for helping.
Oh, just call me Slimy, forget the mister. And I'm just happy to finally go after that scallywag Red. Welcome aboard.
Red has destroyed many families in his time here. We'll get your dad and put an end to Red's rampage.
Knowing Red, he's probably heading for San Salvador Island to catch a British ship before they expect him. We'll take that course and hope for the best. Slimy, get everyone aboard and we'll shove off. Hold on there. You've done enough and now it's time for you to go home.
We need to help our new friends.
Thanks, but you do have to go home. We'll never forget you and what you've done for us. Go back to the Avenger, tell them the whole story, then go home. Take Elvis with you.
Okay.
Jesse, we're going after Andrew.
Be careful. We made some progress on the Avenger, but probably not enough to be any help to you. Keep reporting.
I really can't talk now. We're sending Will and Molly back to the Avenger to completely fill you in. Make sure they get home and make sure they don't tell anybody about what they've seen.
10-4.
Why are you talking to your wrist?
No big reason. I'll explain it all later. It's time to get going now, though.
Slimy, pull the gangplank, cast off the lines, and hoist the jib.
Sam, James, pull the gangplank. Molly and Will, untie the mooring lines. Owen and Dylan, Aquila, help hoist the jib.
Slimy, hoist the foresail. Slimy, hoist the mainsail. The afternoon has brought a fine wind and we should make good time. Slimy, secure the lines. Captain Red, here comes the Mordaunt.
I think I have the bridge screen working.
Give it a go.
Do we have enough power for that?
My readings are showing reserve power is actually quite good, so give it a try. I'm going to see if the outside cameras are working. Oops, that's the underside camera. It's buried in the dirt. I'll fire up the topside cameras. It looks like they're heading to the hatch. I'll run down and open it.
The rescue party has left the island on a ship called the Mordaunt, with a man called Captain Robert Peaks. They're going after the pirate that has Andrew, but there's a guy named Kane that's on the ship as well. They had Andrew tied to a mast on the ship as they sailed away.
Let's go up to the bridge so you can tell everybody.
Will, what do you think of this Captain Pierce? What are their chances?
Well, I don't know. Pirate Red is a very bad man.
We've never seen the Mordaunt sail anywhere. It looks pretty broken down.
This sounds bad, but if they're already out to sea, there's nothing we can do but keep working on the Avenger.
Molly, has James told Pierce about the Avenger?
Not while we were there. He just told me and Will to come here, tell you what's going on, and then we're going home.
Thanks, kids, for everything you've done to help us. But now you better get home before it gets dark.
Can't we stay on the Avenger?
No, your parents would be worried sick. You need to get home. I know you're worried about everyone, but we all have to believe that James and the rescue party will somehow get the job done. That's what a Guardian does.
Okay, but we'll be back tomorrow.
I'll show you how to signal us that you're outside when I show you out.
Go back over all the data the ship recorded right before the anomaly. There must be some clue there we're missing that will help us get the Avenger flying again.
Red sky at night, sailor's delight. Red sky in the morning, sailor's warning. What do you mean by that? It's an old sailor's ditty. The red sky we're looking at means we'll have good weather for sailing tonight. That will help us make the best possible speed. That's good. Malvar, what do you think of your adventure so far?
It's unlike anything I've experienced on my planet, but I don't understand what we're doing.
We're about to take over this part of the world.
So what's so important about that?
Well, I just have to be in charge. It's who I am.
What's so important about Andrew?
That's personal.
Pierce, I haven't been fully honest with you, and I need to come clean.
What's this?
There's more to what's going on with us than I've told you so far.
Well, that comes as no big surprise. What's the whole story?
The reason we're all dressed differently is because we're not from here. Not this place. Not even this time. We're from the future. More than 300 years in the future.
That's a lot to swallow.
I know it is, and I don't even pretend to understand how it happened, but it did. We come from a future where travel takes place on land, sea, and in the air. We crash landed on Crooked Island after our ship fell from space. We were on our way back from the planet Neptune when something happened to our ship and threw us back in time to here. The man we're trying to rescue is the captain of that ship. It's called the Avenger. The rest of our crew is trying to fix our ship and find a way to get back to our own time. I have to make a call to the Avenger. James, to the Avenger.
This is the Avenger. Go ahead.
Did Will and Molly make it back to the ship okay?
They did, and they've since gone home.
How are the repairs coming?
Jesse managed to get the bridge screen running, but no progress on the engines yet. How are you guys doing?
We really had no choice but to go after Kane the best way we could, given the Avenger's status.
Roger that, but it sounds pretty dangerous.
We have a good ship, a good captain, and a brave crew, so we're hoping for the best. We also still have our stunners if fighting gets close enough, but they're no match for our cannonball. I just finished telling Captain Pierce the circumstances of our arrival here. That's given him cause for thought, but he took it well, considering. Is the ship's ping locator working?
I don't know. We haven't tried it.
Turn it on and check it.
I'm getting a signal, and it's Andrew's signature.
Andrew must have activated his ping locator. At last, some good news. Cody, see if you can chart Andrew's position using maps from the ship's computer. The century may have changed, but the land masses are still the same.
It will take a few minutes. I'll call you the minute the chart is ready. You should all turn yours on too.
10-4. Everyone, turn on your ping locator. Hard to accept, right?
It does all seem very strange, but I can accept it. I like to think of myself as a man of science and reason.
That's good, because I have one more thing to tell you. There's someone aboard Red's ship that is not from Earth. His name is Kane, and he comes from a world that orbits one of those faraway stars. He's been an enemy of ours before, and he's probably the reason Andrew's been taken.
Is there any more you haven't told me?
Only that Andrew is my brother, and Sarah here is his wife. You already know Owen and Dylan are his children. We will all do anything, sacrifice anything to get him back.
Finally, something I can understand. The rest of it I accept is true because none of your group seems crazy. But I don't comprehend it. If we get out of this alive, the two of us can sit down and have a long chat about it.
James, I have a chart up and running with Andrew's position and yours.
All right. Where does it look like they're going, and are we headed on the right course to catch them?
Plotting a straight line from Crooked Island to their current position, it appears they're headed toward an island named San Salvador.
I knew it, that salty old dog.
You'll need to adjust your course 4 degrees to their right to follow an intercept course.
I can do that easy enough. Can that thing keep reading our positions?
Daniel, what is your power situation?
The reserve power is still looking near 80%.
Keep tracking us, split shifts with Cody, and let me know the minute we need to alter our course.
Roger that, Avenger out.
The Avenger may be down, but she's not out.
Everyone better get below and get some sleep. We have a hard day of sailing tomorrow.
Can I sleep on the deck? I want to sleep under the stars.
Me too.
We must be making sailors out of those boys.
It's up to your mother.
It's fine as long as you get some sleep.
After the day we've had, sleep shouldn't be a problem. Pierce, do you plan on sailing all night?
We'll have to, in order to overtake the Marauder. Me and Slimy will trade off at the wheel, and we'll sail as long as we have wind.
I'll take my turn at the wheel as well.
How much experience have you had sailing?
I own my own sailboat, the Blue Mist, although it's a lot smaller than the Mordaunt.
Sailing is sailing. Okay. We'll sail in 5-hour shifts, and you can have the third shift. Get below and get some sleep yourself.
Someone should sleep up top with the boys.
I'm going to sleep up top with them. We need James to be as rested as possible.
Okay. Let's get to it then.
See what?
I saw a huge green monster! Came out of the water and it stared at me.
Sorry, lad. I didn't see anything. Sometimes when a person is tired, the sea can play tricks on a man's eyes, especially under a full moon. Go back to sleep because it was nothing.
Are you sure? Look real to me.
If a big green sea monster had come up out of the water, I would have seen it too. Go on and get back to sleep. It was nothing.
Would you stop yelling about monsters? Let me get some sleep. Stories about green sea monsters are just stories.
What does the red sky mean?
I'm afraid a storm might be brewing. Can your wrist tell us anything about that?
Let's find out. James to Avenger.
Avenger here. Go ahead.
Good morning, Paula. What's your status?
Cody and Jesse are getting some rest, and I'm manning the radar.
How are the two ships' courses tracking?
Kane's course remains the same, and the Mordaunt is still right on course to catch them.
Have we gained any ground on them?
Yes, you've gained a lot of ground. If things remain the same, you will catch them in the late afternoon.
It's things remaining the same that's worrying us right now. It looks like a storm might be brewing. Can you switch your radar to a weather radar sweep?
I'm sure we can, but I better get Daniel. He knows a lot about meteorology.
10-4. Contact me when you have something.
James, we better get everybody up and start to batten down the hatches. If a storm is coming, we need to be ready.
Everyone needs to rise and shine.
James, I'm ready.
Did you get the weather radar?
Yes, and a big storm is brewing behind you. The full force of the storm will be on you around 2 p.m., and it could be bad.
At least we know how long we can sail before we have to drop our sails. One bonus is that we'll have a tailwind before the Marauder, so we'll be able to pick up speed before they can. Of course, that won't mean much if we sink.
What's your thinking?
We'll keep the sails up as long as we can, but the crew has to be ready to drop them fast or they'll be torn to shreds. After that, our position will be at the mercy of the storm. My hope is that your ship can get us back on the right course faster than the Marauder. Eat hearty now, and then eat nothing after that, or once we get rolling in the storm, you're likely to see your food again.
Ew. Roger that.
After you eat, get busy and tie down anything that's loose, because it's gonna get rough.
We best be getting ready for some rough seas.
Why?
It looks like a storm's brewing behind us. I've been watching it, and it looks like it's headed right for us and coming faster than we're sailing. If it gets to be too bad, we'll have to drop the sails and ride it out.
Why?
A bad wind will rip our sails to shreds, and then we'll be drifting helpless in the sea.
Well, do what you have to.
One thing about it, though, the British ship will have to weather the storm the same way at some point.
That's Will and Wally, Paula. Would you go down to the airlock and let them in?
Sure.
Have you heard from the Mordaunt?
Yes, they're gaining ground on the Marauder pretty fast, but it looks like a storm is going to give them some trouble.
It's already getting dark in the south, and the air just feels like a bad storm coming.
Hi, kids. Paula, I'm just about to contact James. The storm is building and moving faster now. It's going to hit Crooked Island in the next half hour, and it will get to the Mordaunt in a little over an hour after that.
Oh man, I better get back to the engine room and keep working on getting us off the ground.
James, the storm is just about to hit Crooked Island, and it looks like it's going to be intense. High winds and lots of rain.
The wind is already picking up, but that's helping us gain speed right now. How close are we to the Marauder now?
You're about an hour and a half behind them, give or take.
Thanks for the update. Keep us posted. We're battening down the hatches now, and we're going to ride the wind as long as we can.
Daniel, can you tell James that we're on the Avenger? And tell the boys, well, tell them we wish them luck.
I heard you, Molly, and I'll pass that along to the boys.
Molly, you're blushing.
I am not, and be quiet.
I'm keeping the sails up as long as I can. That should help us gain an advantage on the Marauder. Since Red has no idea he's being chased, he'll drop his sails at the first sign of trouble. That's when we'll gain the most ground.
I have an idea. Daniel, can you read wind speed with your radar?
Absolutely. In fact, with Cody on one console and me on this one, we can read both ships' positions, the weather radar, and the wind speed all at the same time.
Great, do that right now. I'll get back to you in a minute. Pierce, let me know when the Mordaunt is at the highest wind it can take. I'll have the Avenger read the wind speed, and the moment they know it's going to increase, they'll contact me and we can all drop the sails immediately.
Okay.
Daniel, I have a plan.
Kane, I'm going to have the crew drop the sails and get below soon to ride out the storm. What are you going to do? Someone has to man the helm and steer the ship through the high winds and waves. Okay. Malvar, you'd better go below because I don't want you to be a rusty bucket of bolts.
Any luck with the engines?
I feel like we're so close, but it just seems there's something we're missing. It's like we need a kickstart. The engines almost fire, and then nothing.
Keep at it. Try anything and everything. I have a bad feeling about this storm.
Emma, can you establish a neural link to the Avenger?
I can try, but work on that interface was only recently begun. I can't guarantee positive results.
I understand that, but we have to try something different. What we've done so far isn't working fast enough. Give it a shot.
As you wish.
Strap me to the helm so I can steer the ship and not be thrown overboard. Well, Captain, you may not have to worry about me finishing you off. The storm might do that for me.
Are you a good swimmer? That's what I thought.
James, check our position now.
James to Avenger.
Avenger here, go ahead.
Daniel, give me a position check.
You're within half a mile of the Marauder and still closing. The Marauder isn't moving very fast now.
Red must have dropped his sails already.
What about us?
We'll have to drop ours soon. Winds are almost too high already.
Get in position to drop the sails. The moment Pierce gives the order, drop and secure them, and then get below and strap in.
James, strap me to the helm so I can steer the ship. What are you doing?
I'm riding it out with you.
Suit yourself.
You're within 3/4 of a mile of the Marauder now, and the wind is just about to increase by at least 20 miles per hour.
Drop the sails.
We've dropped the sails, and now we have to just ride it out and hope for the best. A little prayer might not be a bad idea either.
James, you're within a 1/4 mile of the Marauder.
Thanks, but right now that's the least of our worries.
The full force of the storm is on you now.
Jesse, before I sign off, any luck with the Avenger?
No, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Daniel, call me the minute the storm is about to weaken, because if we're that close to the Marauder, we'll have one chance to mount a surprise attack.
10-4.
Okay, thanks. James out. Pierce, good luck to us all.
Paula, we lost reserve power to the bridge. We're on emergency power here, and it's not enough to power the screen or the radar.
The whole ship has lost reserve power, I'm afraid. We're working on it. Emma, is your neural link still working?
Yes, that was quite a charge we received. I observed it through my neural link, but had no direct physical contact with it.
What did you observe?
I did a scan, and I don't find any physical damage, but the electrical charge from the lightning has seemed to alter certain pathways through the ship's electrical grid. We have seemed to have lost some communication ability outside the ship, most notably with the rescue party.
See if you can trace that down immediately. We need to get that working again as fast as possible.
As you wish.
Don't worry, Mom. I know we're gonna make it and we're gonna get Dad back.
Yes, we are.
I'm sure you're right.
I just have a good feeling that we're in good hands with Pierce and the Mordaunt. You too, Slimy and Aquila.
It feels like the storm is starting to weaken.
I think you're right. The moment I think it's safe, we need to unstrap and get the crew up top to hoist the sails and man the cannons. Call your ship to get a position on us and the Marauder.
James to Avenger, come in. James to Avenger, come in. Pierce, I can't raise them. I'm going below to try a different comm.
Okay.
The storm seems to be weakening, but I can't reach the Avenger. Sarah, try your comm.
Sarah to Avenger, come in. Sarah to Avenger, come in.
Let me try mine. Bruce to Avenger, come in. Bruce to Avenger, come in. Nothing.
Okay, we're on our own. Everyone needs to be ready to hit the deck and hoist the sails as soon as Pierce gives the order. The last contact we had with the Avenger put us within a quarter mile of the Marauder, and they have no idea we're here, so we're going to surprise and overpower them quickly. I'll come get you when it's time.
The storm is moving away fast, but it looks like there's going to be a fog for a while. Get the crew in position to hoist the sails quickly.
Everybody come up fast and man your sails.
Hoist the sails. Slimy, we've lost the wind. All we have is a breeze, but it's enough to maneuver. You and Aquila get the forward cannons ready.
Sam, Sarah, come with me.
Cannons? Is there any other way? A cannon shot could be bad news for Andrew.
What did you think was going to happen? We'd slide up to their ship and just ask them politely to give up? The moment the Marauder sees the Mordaunt, they'll be firing away. So we need to fire first. My plan is to hit their rudder so they can't steer. Then they won't be able to maneuver their big cannons at us, and they'll have to surrender.
Okay, I suppose there is no other choice.
The cannons are ready, sir.
Very well, stay below and be at the ready. Owen, get up in the crow's nest. Dylan, man the starboard side. James, man the port side. Aquila, take the bow, and everybody, keep your eyes peeled for the Marauder. At the first sign of it, yell out where you see it.
Okay, me hearties, man the deck, hoist the sails and look sharp, the storm is past. We'll be sailing in the fog for a while, but there's nothing to run into here. So as soon as the wind comes back up, we can make speed without worry.
Marauder, to the starboard!
Slimy, Aquila, stand by the starboard cannons. Fire!
We're under attack! Make ready the cannons and get those sails up!
We missed! Fire 2! We missed the rudder again. I'm coming around. Make ready the cannons. We have one more shot at this, so hurry. Slimy, fire them all!
I think we got it.
Hold tight. We need to get away before the Marauders' cannons find their mark and sink us.
Captain, we've been hit and we're taking on water.
Aquila, help Slimy stop that leak or we'll sink. The Marauder is dead in the water, so I can maneuver to the bow of their ship, where their cannons can't hit us. Red, turn the ship about and fire.
I can't. They hit the rudder. We can't maneuver at all.
Red, it's over. You need to surrender. I'm the one in charge here, and there'll be no surrender. You're in no position to do anything but surrender. Stand down or be blown to bits. Red, who is that captain?
His name is Robert Pierce. He's just an old sailor from Crooked Island with an old broken down ship. I can't even believe that his ship floats, much less defeated us in battle.
What do you think this Pierce wants?
I have no idea.
Am I addressing Robert Pierce? You are. I have no quarrel with you, so why attack me? What do you want? I just want to rid the world of that rotten old scallywag of a pirate, Captain Red, once and for all. But you're not him. Who am I addressing? My name is Kane, and I'm not from here. I'm in control of the Marauder now. I'm sure we're both reasonable men, and maybe we can strike some sort of a deal. The only deal I'm interested in is already on the table. Your surrender in exchange for all of your lives. Well, I really can't go for that deal. I'm pretty sure your ship is sitting a little lower in the water than it was. I wonder if one of our cannonballs found its mark. I don't see your crew either. Maybe they're inside the ship trying to patch a leak. If that's the case, blowing the Marauder to bits would be destroying your only means of rescue. Maybe I better take a little time to think things over.
Captain, we don't have the hull patched yet. We might not have enough time before we take on too much water.
It's looking bad.
Pierce! I see you have a passenger dressed like my passenger. Go get Andrew and bring him up top. Does this uniform look familiar, Pierce? I had intended just to pay this captain back for what he did to me, but now he'll serve a much higher purpose. If you attack us, I fear greatly for the safety of this captain. Red, start making repairs to the rudder. This other ship is no longer a threat.
Andrew, are you okay?
I'm okay. What are you doing here?
We came to rescue you.
We?
Captain, it's all over. The ship's damage is too bad and can't be repaired. We'll have to lower the lifeboats and get on them soon, 'cause the ship is slowly sinking.
I'm afraid Kane will just let us drift out here or just finish us off. Make ready the lifeboats. We really have no choice.
Andrew, are you okay?
Dad!
Dad? Oh, this is just too perfect. And I bet you're the little woman. The lifeboats are the right choice, Pierce, considering your circumstances.
How do you want to handle the rescue?
Rescue? What rescue? I'm afraid you'll just have to take your chances on the lifeboats.
Without food and water, we don't have a chance.
Oh, my. You should have thought of that before attacking me. Spoils of war, I guess.
Dad's hands are tied behind his back. He'll drown. Come on, Dylan. We're coming, Dad.
Should I shoot them?
No, they will all perish together soon enough.
Thanks, boys. I was a goner if you hadn't jumped in with that knife.
It's part of being a guardian.
That was very brave. Now whatever happens, at least we'll all be together.
It's the Kraken! Fire the cannons at it!
Do not fire on it. We'll just make it mad.
I said fire!
What is that?
It's the Kraken, a fierce sea monster that lives in the depths of the ocean. Nothing and nobody can survive its attack.
Look, it's the shuttlecraft.
Get on, quick.
Hurry!
Now he must have got it.
What happened with the Avenger?
We just couldn't get the engines to start no matter what we did. Then when the storm hit the island, the ship was hit by 3 big bolts of lightning.
We lost all reserve power for a few minutes, and then, as near as Daniel can tell, it jump-started the engines because they suddenly came to life and we were able to lift off.
We got the shuttle launched immediately and tracked your ping signal to here.
Well, as you can see, you showed up just in the nick of time. Cody, get ready to pick up Kane and the crew of the Marauder, as soon as it looks like that sea monster is gone.
That's the Kraken, the most fearsome sea beast known to man.
Yes, fine, the Kraken. Cody, scan the water to see where it is.
I see no trace of it. It must be gone.
Cody, get ready to pick up the Marauder crew.
Look! What is that?
I can't believe it. I've heard of it, but I've never actually seen it. I think it's the Flying Dutchman.
What's the Flying Dutchman?
Legend says it's a ghost ship that can never make port. I don't think we're gonna have to worry about picking up the Marauder crew. They're all about to become passengers on the Dutchman. God help them all.
Captain Pierce, look! The Mordaunt hasn't sunk yet.
Cody, let's see if we can tow the Mordaunt back to port. We just can't let it sink.
Okay, let's go.
If it's all the same to you, I'd like to ride on my ship back to port.
Go ahead, Sam. I'm going to ride with him.
Okay.
That should keep it from sinking while me and Slimy make repairs.
Do you want to see the Avenger?
Thanks, but not me.
Nah, me either.
Maybe some other time.
We've seen more of the future than we can handle already, but we would like to throw a big party in town to celebrate the end of Red's reign of terror on Crooked Island, with you and your whole crew as guests.
Thanks, but we've already caused more disruption in this time than we should. So we need to focus on getting back to our own century.
Well, if you can't get back, there are worse places to live than Crooked Island. You're always welcome here.
I hope that won't be necessary. We'll just say our goodbyes now. Kids, thanks for all you've done to help us.
Yes, there was no way we could have done it without your help. You were very brave.
James, Daniel thinks he has a plan for getting us back to our own time.
Are we ready to give it a go?
I believe the Avenger is back in top form.
Let's get these two kids back home then and give it a whirl.
Me and Dylan will take them in the shuttle to drop them off.
Okay, get going then. Thanks again, kids.
Can you really fly this thing?
Oh yeah, I also fly my own starfighter. Dylan too. We're both good pilots.
We will never forget you. Will we ever see you again?
Well, if Daniel's plan works, probably not.
That's too bad. Owen and Dylan, it was exciting. Both Will and I are going to miss you. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Goodbye, Molly and Will. Goodbye. Thanks.
I trust you got Will and Molly back safe and sound?
Molly kissed Owen on the cheek. Be quiet, Dylan.
It was nice of her to do that.
Daniel, are you ready to do this?
I am, Captain.
Andrew, Daniel and Paula went over all the ship's data logs.
From the point when I think the jump back in time occurred, there seems to be some sort of disturbance that we flew through that increased our speed to beyond the speed of light.
I think we broke through the time-space continuum.
It seems to me that the key is the speed increase. I timed the exact amount of time we traveled at the increased speed and what the speeds were during each microsecond of that time. I think if we program Gypsy to duplicate that, we will time travel again. Then the trick is to go the right direction in time.
Hopefully, back through the time-space continuum.
Can Gypsy duplicate that speed increase? And how do you determine the right direction?
I'm not sure on either.
Why don't we travel in the opposite direction we were? Why not reverse our path through the time-space continuum? If we take our plotted course through the continuum, retracing our position and speed exactly except in reverse, we should end up in our starting position. It's like backing up a digital disc, only in time.
That idea sounds as good as any.
I concur with the plan Daniel has formulated. If we reverse the navigational direction that put us here, adjust our speed within Gypsy to the figures Daniel has calculated, we have a 73% chance of being successful.
I agree on the direction. As for speed, it's possible in theory, but we don't know for sure.
All right, then. Go ahead and make it happen. We'll roll the dice and hope to get home. Everyone, take your stations.
Nice.
Commence Operation Go Home.
Daniel, are you in position?
All looks to be a go.
Well, here goes nothing.
Gypsy is at full power.
Andrew, we're at 100% power and all is reading normal. It's go time.
Let's burn rubber.
Well, there you go, Emma. You're catching on. You just keep right on storing and evaluating.
As you wish.
Very well. Let's hope this works. Sarah, confirm Daniel's time shift navigation course is locked and loaded.
Affirmative.
Fasten your seatbelts. We're going home. Sarah, engage. There's the first shutter. So far, so good.
Gypsy is still operating well.
Andrew, we felt it as well, and everything down below is working fine.
I don't feel anything now.
The real effects should be coming soon.
I hope that's the case. Everyone, look sharp. Cody, run a science scan of the Avenger looking for any stress on the hull and outside for just anything unusual, just like last time.
Aye, aye.
Sam, do a radar scan for anything out of place.
Everything is going by so fast. I still have no frame of reference, but I'll do something.
Very well.
Captain, Gypsy and the Avenger are still performing perfectly.
Did you feel that?
Well, Andrew, here we go.
Our speed's increasing to pass the speed of light.
Control of the helm is completely Daniel's new nav program now.
Everyone, hold on!
Renee, the ship just passed through the space disturbance and I can't find them.
What do you mean?
They've just completely disappeared. Oh wait. There they are, just passing the moon.
What happened?
I don't know, but my tracking just lost them for a second, but everything is normal now. Galaxy to Avenger, come in.
Sarah, what time is it?
Just past 5 p.m.
What day and year is it?
It's June 10th, 2024, of course. You're all pretty excited about the test flight, apparently.
It's just a little more than that. I'll fill you in shortly.
I was able to track you okay with Daniel's tracking system, except just as you were about home, I lost you for a few seconds.
Really? That's all? Just a few seconds?
Yes, probably just a glitch.
Yes, you could say that.
Oh no!
What's wrong?
Dylan, it's your turn for poop duty.
You said duty.
I don't understand.
It's a play on words. Oh, never mind. I'll explain it later.
As you wish.